Welcome back, guys. Cage Cast. Mike, got Jason back again. What's up, Jason?
What's up, everybody?
Looks like we got a little bit of a delay, but no problem. So let's I already did a recap and you know, confess my wins and losses and um, to be official, the only one that I really did bet on is the Leon Edwards, and it went exactly how I called it.
Yep, I was expecting that.
um Edwards go basically trying to point it out. I think everybody's figured that out that he's a decision fighter. Not as exciting as everybody was thinking. And Brady took advantage of that with the good wrestling and pretty much got that choke in, got him tired, slipped it in, got it done.
Yep.
Now, would
Sometimes you
you
got to take them in deep waters and wait.
Yep, sometimes you do, and then that's what he did. But yeah, what'd you think about that Kevin Holland fight? I'm gonna have to admit that I was wrong. I wasn't paying attention to the weight cut. Uh, and you called that when you said he was due.
Yeah, I didn't even pay attention to the weight cut either. But like we were talking off air, you were saying that that's a better weight class for him. He can kind of shine there a little bit, and I think that's what the intention was, probably to get him back down to that weight so he could get another win.
I agree, and they did a good job of setting him up with a guy that could possibly come in with some ring rust, and then he outclassed him 100%. Kevin Holland looking good. If he stays at 170, I'll root for him. Yeah, he can talk a little bit of shit if he performs like that.
Like you said before, if you back it up, you could talk all the shit you want to, but you can't be talking shit if you're not backing it up.
Right, right. Now, got one that we were talking about last time, and Molly McCann coming back to get back on the Molly train. It looks like it was fully derailed this go. And Alexa, we were even saying if she's got that much reach, long, lanky arms can get under those chins real good. And she got that submission.
Yep, that's exactly what I was afraid of, and I was hoping that maybe Molly could put some hands on her, but being the short reach, she had to get in there, and that just leaves openings, and Alexa took advantage.
Right. And, congratulations. I hope she does good with whatever she does next. And it was sad to see her retire. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe
She
it was
says you
just the
get
hype
she
train.
says you get finished in the first round like that, you don't deserve to be there. So she bowed out.
Well, maybe she comes back, after she's done some time off and kind of like worked on herself a little bit, maybe. I mean, she's only 34 years old. We've got fighters this fighting at 41 years old. You know what I mean? Like, she's still got time. If she wants to fight again, I think we'll see her. If she wants to just step away and do the family thing, then, good luck to her. And it was a pleasure watching her.
Well, I've got the fights pulled up now. That Jan versus Olberg, that was such a close fight. I really did think Jan had done enough to kind of get that victory, but it was so close that I wasn't mad that it actually went to Olberg. But I believe you did call Olberg over that. Now he didn't retire Jan by any means. Jan still looked good at 42.
Yes, I will rescind my Jan retiring. It was, hey, he did what he had to do to try to survive, and it just went to the better fighter there. And Olberg came out on top, and that's what I thought was going to happen.
Thought you said he was going to get gracefully retired.
I knew that Olberg was going to win. That's what I was
Okay.
thinking. I did think that maybe Jan's getting past his prime. You know what I mean?
Well, we will give you that. I'll give you that. Olberg did get the win. It is on the books. Maybe we'll see a rematch down the line. These guys are going to be top contenders for a minute while we unfold what goes on after this rematch in their division with Pereira and Goliath. So we got plenty of time to possibly see a rubber match there.
Absolutely.
Now, that Leon Edwards fight, like you mentioned, like we started off with, it went exactly how I thought. Going back and looking, it looked like he was just trying to survive. I said that this could possibly go into the fourth round if Brady didn't get it done earlier. Did go into the fourth round, and he got it. Like we said, when you're that tired, it's so much easier to get those submissions, and that was a pretty good looking guillotine.
Hey, guillotine gets it done once again. Fan favorite.
Now, the next fight night coming up is Brandon Moreno versus Steve Erceg. Before we jump into the odds, just a blind pick. Who do you have out of that one?
Brandon Moreno.
All right. Well, Brandon Moreno is the favorite over Erceg, only because he's a little bit more seasoned, in my opinion. And he is coming off a victory where I think Erceg took a loss to Pantoja, which is, hey, he's the current champ. They both lost to that guy, but I think he lost to Kaikar France, and that's who Moreno beat last. So I think
Yeah.
they're trying to see if Erceg can climb it and get it done. Being the underdog, I believe he was 2.5, around 2.5 to 1 underdog against Brandon Moreno. Um, I feel like it's not a bad one to go with. Brandon Moreno. uh, To me, are we going to get the guy ready to build Legos, or are we going to get the guy that's ready to go into a karate tournament? Because depending on which one you get, is what outcome you're going to get.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're just used to hearing his name too, so it's kind of also a hey, let's go with this guy that everybody knows and is familiar with. He's been doing it for 10 years, you know what I mean? So I think that's going to play a big role in it too. He's got a lot of time in the cage. So let's see what happens. But I think Brandon Moreno gets it done.
Brandon Moreno. Now, I went underdog on this one. I went Erceg. Basically, I thought this was going to be a lot tighter than 2 to 1 or 2.5 to 1. With the fighting styles do make matches. I think this is going to be a good one. I do believe they try to keep this on the feet most of it. Um, and basically, it'll be on whoever can get closer. Steve Erceg is a better in fighter, or Moreno, I believe, has better distance moves. He's got better kicks, and that may play the factor if Moreno gets it done. But I put my money on Erceg because hey, it was like great odds. I just was like, hey, I think it's possible he gets it done, and I'll take the money.
All right. Well, we're on two sides of the fence. Let's see what happens.
All right. Now we had 4 fight nights before we got to the UFC 314 this month, so big long gap in there. But they've been trying to stack these
Yeah.
cards pretty good. The undercard has Torres versus Dauber, so Drew Dauber coming back to the ring. We also got Kevin Gastelum on the undercard as
Yeah.
well, and then of course the rest of the whole undercard is Rojas's chin. So that's what we got stacked up on that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one for sure. I'm excited to see Kevin Gastelum fight again.
Yeah, so we'll see if he's if not, hey, doesn't work out. I feel like the GFL got a spot for him.
I mean, a lot of these guys I think are going to end up there. It's uh it's not a bad place to go if you're looking for money. I'll
Hey,
just say that.
plus we got some GFL starting next month, I believe or actually I think they may have pushed it to June, so we'll see if they ever get started. I think they originally were slated for like late April, but not sure how that's going now.
I imagine they're still trying to get investors.
Well, yeah, I mean, that can be difficult. I think they had some big Silicon Valley or some big tech guy investor that was paying a bunch of money, but I mean, they got some big names and some big fights announced, but they just haven't told us when those are going down. So we'll see. It does seem like the Grandpa League or the Retirement League or the new Bellator. Um,
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
Chase the money.
right? So, um, I mean, not bad, not a bad undercard. I think this the fights this weekend will be decent. We'll be checking them out. Got that ESPN Plus. Um, so
I'm also excited to see the Chin fight, see what he's got going for him.
oh yeah,
Does he get?
Rojas, does he still have it? I mean, he doesn't let people punk him in the gym. Because I saw the Instagram reel where he's the dude tried to punk him and he beats him up.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah. And you're right. Is let's see, middleweight. What's middleweight? 185. That's a big Gaslam.
Bantamweight. They're bantamweight.
No, no, no. For the Gaslam
Oh,
fight,
Gaslam. You're
I
talking
was
about
like, damn, he's
Gaslam.
one of those ones you got to pay attention to what
Yeah.
weight class he's coming in at too. I'm like, dang, 185 Gaslam is wasn't he originally a 170?
Oh, he's gonna be big. He's gonna be big.
Yeah, that's
Joe Pfeiffer is a big guy too, though. Joe
right.
Pfeiffer is a 6'2". Holy shit! 75-inch reach to a 71-inch and a half inch reach.
Most likely
Yeah, that's a
he's
big
cutting down to
185.
185, and Gaslam's like, nah, I walk around at like 190.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Five, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I think
We'll
Joe
have
may
to
have that one,
mark
bro.
that one
If
on.
it, I mean, are we
That's what I'm
are we gonna
saying.
are
Joe
we gonna get a
Pfeiffer is
Gaslam who's gonna just gas out like all quick? Or like,
Kevin Gastelum.
yeah, like Kevin gas out on him. And then everybody else seems to be coming
Oh
in at
man.
their regular weights. I just don't know, man. I don't know. Ah, man, I hate to see it. Uh, are you just fighting out? Is he fighting out his contract? I wonder. Like maybe he is ready for the PFL, and he's like, yo, I got to get this one done, man. I don't have to cut any weight. I'm going at 185.
He's only he's only 33. He's just been doing it for so long. You know what I mean? He's been doing it since his early 20s. So it's definitely probably weighing on him.
Man,
He's
and no
not fighting
disrespect, he was
one
champ,
fight.
right? He was definitely the champ. I'm just like, what? I don't remember him
Yeah.
being champ of middleweight though, right? He wasn't champ of middleweight. He was champ.
Middleweight. Well, yeah. Weidman Gaslam, 2017. Bisping Gaslam.
Maybe he has always been
He won.
185. I just thought he was 170. 'Cause I'm going back to
It
2015, and
was all
okay, okay.
middleweight.
2015, he
Well,
was welterweight.
2011 to 2013 or 2023. 2015 he was.
Yeah, and it looked like he was
Oh wow,
bouncing.
okay.
2016, he was kind
Oh,
of
he did a
bouncing back
jump
and
there.
forth. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I guess he was champ at 185, right?
2015 to 2016. He was going back and forth. And then was he just holding both divisions back and forth? I don't recall. I mean,
See, so I guess he was the 185 champ. I just thought he was the 170 champ. All right, props to Kevin Gastelum, bro. Maybe he does have it. Watch him back.
yeah.
I mean, Joe's a big dude, though. I mean, 6'2", 185 pounds. If he cuts and comes in pretty shredded, I mean, that could be pretty dangerous.
So he had a torn PCL in 2013, and that kind of is what led to.
Ooh, Gaslam had knee surgery.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's
feel
probably
him,
why he was down a
feel him
little
on
low.
that. Man, the knee
Anywho.
blowing my knee out wasn't very fun. So I feel for him, bro. I feel for him. All right, quickly, who do you have on the
Confirmed.
Emmett or Murphy?
Ooh.
I'm going Emmett all the way, bro.
I want to
Murphy's
go
undefeated, and
for
all
my
undefeated
boy
fighters have
Emmett,
to lose,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, like,
That's my
and
stance, bro. Sorry, Murphy, bro. Yeah,
Emmett, let's go.
yeah. And then we got a great
Give
314
me
card
boy.
coming up. Like a super good 314 card. I can't wait to go over
Yeah,
that one. I can't
Volkanovski,
wait for
Lopez,
press week.
Chandler,
Press week of this one's press week is gonna be
Mitchell
stupid
Silva,
good, bro. Stupid good.
Neil
Especially the way
Francis.
Gene Silva was trolling Mitchell with
Oh
the
my
globe,
god.
bro. Oh my god.
It's getting a little more WWE if you pay attention to it.
Oh, and I love it, bro. I love it. Uh, I'm like, I want to go to a presser live, bro.
You're here
It
for it
looks
all the way.
great.
Huh? You
That's right,
you and old white, you're fucking in for
bro.
it.
I used to go to WWF when I was a kid when it was cool with like Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior.
When it was WWF,
Yeah,
World Wrestling
WWF.
Federation.
That's right, bro. I got to see all the
That's
greats. It
right,
was
baby.
awesome. Back when it was real.
Oh hell yeah!
All right, well, that's what we have for the next coming up weeks. Is we got the Emmett Murphy fight, and then the 314, and then after that, a good fight night. They got Jamal Hill versus Roundtree, so we got a lot of good stuff coming up.
Ugh. Yeah, I want to see both of them guys fight again. Round Khalil Roundtree is a favorite of mine. I like him. And then the Chickadees and Onama, that should be a good fight.
Yeah, I mean there's some good fights coming up. Like even some of these fight nights, they're trying to make them pretty stacked lately.
Pereira and Magomedov, they're like
They're
way down there. What's going on?
uh
Those guys could. Those guys could.
Pereira and Angolife are going to fight again in August. They already they got that done before they could get
Ooh.
John Jones assigned to Aspinall. Sorry, gotta throw
I
the
saw
John
he was
Jones
just on
burns,
Logan Paul podcast. I haven't watched any of it yet.
and that's cool. You know, if he wants to hold out as long as possible, but I'm already getting tired of it. I'm like, just give the title to Aspinall whenever John Jones is ready. He can
Yeah,
come back.
I mean, fucking fight somebody. Just fucking fight somebody, John Jones.
Dude's had the interim belt and
Have
defended
you
it
talked about?
for a year.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Have you talked about old Connor? This goofy dude.
No, not a whole lot because it's more, in my opinion, it's the whole more political than people realize. It's him trying to run for president of Ireland, and there's a bunch of corrupt shadiness going on. They're pretty much trying to do what they did to DJT and set him up and make him look bad, discredit him, go as far as they can. Yeah, so I feel like that. Yeah, stay out of
Well, we're not gonna
politics.
see him.
When you get mega
What
rich,
I'm
guys,
saying.
stay out of politics.
That's yeah. That's kind of what I'm saying. Is like, well, goodbye to McGregor. I think he's out of the fight game for good now.
I mean,
He's
they're talking
in
about
the
putting him in jail
UFC.
for some years for incitement of hate, but if that's what you're talking about, but yeah, Ireland's going all crazy with anything they can do to get him in trouble and discredit him. So yeah, I haven't really covered that because it's so political, and I was trying to keep a bunch of that off of here. But I mean, while we're talking about people going to jail, do you see Cain Velasquez got sentenced?
Yeah, but the lightest sentence possible. The judge didn't even want to sentence him.
Right, gave him
Like
5
it was.
years and then, like, what, 1,200 days
He'll get
served.
out. Yeah, he'll get out. He'll get out in
He'll do
like
a year.
two and a half. Yeah,
He'll
exactly.
do a year, and they'll be all probation or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
I
know what I would
mean,
do. I don't vouch for doing anything terrible to anybody, but I can't say in that situation I wouldn't do the same.
I think most reasonable people understand where he was coming from.
Absolutely.
If you know the story, I'm not going to get into the story,
Yeah,
guys. But I mean, if you
not
guys
here.
know what we're talking
You can
about,
find it.
yeah, you should go look it up. Cain Velasquez was something bad happened, and he retaliated, and now he's going to jail. But it was like that TV show Justified, like in most people's eyes.
Absolutely.
So yeah, sucks for him, but yeah, he'll get as light as they could. He gave him as much time served as possible, so hopefully he'll get good behavior and get out in 6 months and do some probation, some community service, and most people would be
It's
happy
getting
with that.
lower every time. It'll be 3 months before you know it.
That's right. They're like, this guy stopped 4 fights in a week. They're like, we'll just let him out next month.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, who knows? Who knows? Hopefully that does happen. And Cain Velasquez was a beast, and like I said, something that devastating happens. Most people understand why he did that. Plus, hey, even the
Yeah.
judge was like CTE, right? And he was like, yeah, CTE.
He was just giving it to him. He was giving it to him. He was like, "Hey,"
Yeah, yeah,
right?
basically,
Right?
yeah. Like you
All you
weren't
gotta
in
do
your
is
right
give it.
mind because the situation
You've
and
been hit so
CTE,
many times
right?
in the
Yeah,
head.
you've been kicked in the head too many times. Wink, wink, and he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely.
Neanderthal, yeah.
You give him a delay like just in
But
our
no,
recording.
I'm happy for him. That's the best case scenario, honestly, out of everything that's happened. So that's cool.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm glad I was hoping that they would just give him time served already or let him off. I didn't realize they had to like do any kind of minimum. I was surprised the judge wasn't just like, "Yep, time served, justified, dismissed." At least in the movies,
Yep.
they make it seem like the judge can do that.
They can in the cases, but sometimes their hands are tied, especially because he's such a prominent figure. Like he was very popular in MMA. I mean, he definitely people knew him. It wasn't just somebody that they could
He
kind of
went over
like.
to WWE. Speaking of the wrestlers we were a minute ago, he did cross over there like Ronda Rousey. People knew who he
Yeah,
was. He beat up Brock Lesnar, so
exactly.
he was able to come over there and cross over with Brock.
You're right.
It was pretty good. I
You
get
are.
it. I get it. Good storyline. And there's they were like, you're so public. We got to do something. I get that aspect too. Can't just let you off scot free. You did pew a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to say, yo. Can't
Exactly.
I
Got to dance around the topics on YouTube, to keep it
Yeah,
friendly.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Please, YouTube, do
Yeah,
not demonetize. I mean, I'm not even making money, but don't deboost don't shadow ban me.
yeah, for sure. But I think he got the perfect judge for it. You know what I mean? Like it couldn't have gone any better. I mean, he could have got, somebody whose family member was shot by, it could have been the worst case scenario where he's getting 20 years, 25 years, and he never sees his kids, he never sees his family, and he maybe doesn't even make it out of prison because he is old and has CTE, and maybe they can't get him the proper, shit that he needs inside. So I think again, best case scenario.
Yep. So hopefully, well, too bad you guys don't have DraftKings in Texas because I definitely am still on the plus side, even though I I didn't get all those fights right the other day on that fight night. I only bet on the main one, which was perfect, and I'm still on a roll there. So I still got about $100 even with betting on. I got $98 left in there going into getting closer to the fight night. So got some good bets to go down. So when we get closer to the fight night, I'll try to get old Whitey on at the same time. Too bad he was having computer problems today. Otherwise, we could have chimed him in and would have been fun to get his aspect on some of these fights as well. And I didn't even get to tell him that you said that Jan was going to get
Absolutely.
retired. So
Whoops.
yeah, we'll keep it interesting. But um, I I'll probably do one with him tomorrow. Get his opinion on that Brandon Moreno fight before it goes down versus Erceg. See if he agrees with you. I'm gonna go Erceg. I'm just feeling it. Feeling like Brandon Moreno. He's tired of getting punched in the face. He's got a bunch of money in the bank. He had the title there for a while. Like most of those guys who've had the title and let it go, it's pretty hard to come back and get it again, especially when the division's growing so fast.
Well, I'm taking Moreno. I think he's thinks he can get it back, or at least get up into that contention spot. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you what. I know you're going to come up here. Pretty soon in April. We'll have to actually get a dual cast in person here in the studio. Got the other mic going, so that'll be fun when you're up here chilling. But what we need to do is we need to meet up and go to like a UFC Vegas, or hey, if they come to Austin, maybe I'll come down there, or if they got a Denver one, maybe we come up and do a dual cast and then split up and see if we can get some interviews, throw them up here as well. I think that'll be fun, something
Heck,
entertaining to do.
heck yeah, some street interviews.
Right? So it's like, I don't know when they're going to go to Texas. I don't know when they're going to come up here to the Colorado area. So they may not, and if it was, most likely going to be a fight night, but I still think it'd be fun. I'm trying to get credentials and go to one of those. But I was like, hey, maybe Vegas is a middle ground. They do a bunch in Vegas and go down there, do a little gambling one night. And then, you know, especially gambling on these fights in Vegas as well on my DraftKings, and then
Right.
uh, go hit the craps tables.
I'll stick to blackjack.
Oh man, I mean, I'll watch a little blackjack, but that's where I lose all. That's where I lose all my money. I go win a whole bunch at the craps, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go double it over here at the blackjack table, and then they take all my money. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go back over there to the dice.
Nah, see, I hate dice. I'm not a lucky dice man, but I can call those cards. I know when to
See,
hold them and know when to fold them.
maybe that's what I'm bad at. I'm bad at telling or counting the probability of the cards. Where I can count the probabilities a lot better on the craps table. It just takes a little bit longer to sit there, but usually I come out way on top. So damn it,
We'll
Vegas!
have to go.
You're
We'll have to
calling
go
me
to
to go down there,
Vegas.
do
I'll
a
slide you a
presser
few
and
bucks.
do some
You root for
craps.
me.
You heard Jason. He said we're cashing out my DraftKings account to go to Vegas and throw it on
Putting it all on
blackjack and
black.
craps. He just said screw both our games. We're going to roulette. Black. Boom.
The roulette all black.
And then we'll be broke in 5 seconds, and then we'll
Oh
go to the
man.
fights, and go
Ting, ting,
home
ting, ting,
crying.
ting, ting. Red 3.
No, but it'd be fun. I thought that would be something that we could probably get a couple other people, but I'm gonna do press credentials. That way I can go to the pre-fight ones as well as go to the after fight ones, and then possibly hopefully snag a few interviews while we're there would be cool because there's gonna be dudes just walking around that are big names.
Absolutely.
All right, Jason, we're going to wrap it up there. Jason's calling Marino over Erceg. I'm going the opposite
Yep.
route, guys. You guys were watching my Monday recap. I already said that I've locked in. You guys saw me put the money down on Erceg. So that's where we're going, trying to triple the money. We get $15 back on that bet, guys, where Marino was only going to give me $1. So wasn't really a big choice. Plus, I had early picked Erceg, so I just stuck with my early pick. So we'll see
Hey,
how that
sometimes
does.
you gotta go with the gut.
What we'll do here is if Jason's free Monday, we'll see if we can get old Whitey on, do a Monday recap, see if I can get him on tomorrow, and then we'll convene with both people. What does Monday look like for you? You think you got anything after work? 30 minutes?
No, I should be good on Monday.
Perfect. So I'll get with old Whitey, try to fix his computer, and then we'll get him on here. Figure out how to three stack us on the screen here, and then yeah, we'll all argue and see who see if you guys were in league or if I was going against the grain and losing on that Moreno bet. But
We'll
I do
see.
think Erceg's got this. He's due. He's only got 3 losses. They're to Pantoja and Kaikar France, which are top dudes in the division. So I got to give him that. So that's where I was leaning. I was like, he is a finisher. I think Erceg can get it done if he comes in aggressive. I think he can overwhelm Lego Boy. But hey, if he stacks it up together, Moreno can get it done.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna bank on that 2-inch reach advantage, and Marino is gonna get it done.
All right, all right. Now here's another one because I didn't acknowledge it, but I did hear it on the last one. You were like $10 Olberg over Jan. Let's do a side bet. I didn't acknowledge it on the podcast. I just want you to
And you
know.
didn't. You did.
Yeah, I didn't acknowledge it, but my guy lost, and it was a close fight. So what I'll do is I'll put $10 of my DraftKings. You'll get to put it on any fighter you
Moreno.
want for 314. So you get to pick a guy
Okay,
on
for 314.
314 and I'll put $10 for your pick for that one because I'm like shit. Uh I didn't acknowledge it
Oh
because I was
shit.
just like, hey, I just don't want to just take Jason's money. But hey, to be fair, uh my guy did lose. You did call it and I'll give it to you. It'll be a permanent. It's permanent on his record. So it's a loss is a loss is a loss. A win is a win is a win. So you think about that. $10 on somebody. I probably already know who you want to put it on, but I'm like, you think about that. Maybe that will change over the next 2 weeks because you got some time to go. But you think about who you want for 314. $10 on that pick is where I'll put some money down on. So hey, there you go. Honoring that side bet in that kind of
All right,
manner.
so do I get to pick first? Like, do I get to pick, and then you just have to take the other person, or you're just gonna put that
No,
down on towards
yeah. So I'll go and I'll
that
log in,
fight?
and you'll have your own little. It'll be its own little betting slip against my, so it's not affecting my parlay picks, and it'll just be a $10
All
single
right,
bet
okay, I got
on
you. I
who
got
one fighter that you think is going to get that done, and boom, we'll see if you get it. And hey, if you end up winning,
10-4.
and you whatever you make, I'll Venmo it to you. How about that?
Well, no, we'll just no,
All right, yeah, we
we'll
can just
double
keep
and
it in
give it
there.
to the
We just
next
keep it in
guy.
there. I just thought it'd be fun. Is like, hey, you
We just
called
keep
it.
it
I didn't
rolling.
acknowledge it, so I just want to let you know. But your guy did win. So whatever you think on a guy in 314, I'll put $10 on. I think that'd be a fun way to do that.
All right, 10-4. It sounds like a plan.
I mean, that card's stacked. I mean, you gonna throw it on
I
the
know
Pimlet fight? You're gonna
I
throw it. You're gonna throw it on the
thought I know who
Volkanovski
I
fight.
want, but
You gonna throw? I mean, there's so many good fights. It's like, man, who do you want to put that $10 on? You know what? People are
and
gonna
I'm
have
gonna
to
have to
tune
wait till I
in.
get closer and look at the odds
And that's
because
right,
the
because they
odds
could
are gonna
change. And then that's why I said,
yeah.
hey, you think about it over the next week and a half, because by then we got to lock in with that bet, and it's going to be done, boom, on live on the episode. So just think about it, watch the odds, pick your guy, and let me know. I figure that'll be a good one, and then we'll just play with that
Yeah,
because
that's a
my,
great
my
one.
my funds are limited for those fights. So $10 of the full night's betting fights are going to go towards your fighter. I think that's fun.
Boom. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and if old Whitey can beat me in one of those side bets, maybe he can do that one day. I'll make fun of him when he comes on here about that and taunt him and be like, "What do you think about that?" Bam, if you can top me, maybe you can get one of them side bets going. And just to
All
let the
right.
audience know, if you made it this far, go ahead and hit the subscription button, hit the notification button so you see who Jason picks coming up on that 314 card, because that will be a fun episode. We're gonna have Jason on Monday to recap, hopefully with old Whitey back on the episode. Hopefully we can get old Whitey up and running tomorrow, guys. Get him on, maybe even later tonight. Throw that out tomorrow sometime. We're gonna do a lot more episodes when we can. We'll get the standard 2 a week, but if I can sneak in some more, we definitely will. It was great having you, Jason. We'll catch you back on Monday.
Good being here. Take it easy, guys.
Peace out.